honest, I've decided not to hide it anymore. I am going completely bold. It's really depressing on top there. I'm only 32, so yeah, it's even worse. But still it works for this though, so why the hell not? This is the last time you're going to see my mug, because I don't really want to get in the way of the astronauts, the Kerbal, sorry, faces in the bottom right hand corner, and I'm going to be leaning into the camera as well, and you're going to get an even closer view of my bald spot. No, not good, not good. Goodbye face. There. So you can still see some of it in the bottom right hand corner there, because I've kind of cocked up the graphical settings a little. No biggie. Let's resume from where we left off, which was last time when it sort of a bit failed to allow me to continue on with the work that I was doing. I don't need to rebuild the launch pad, do I? No. Good. Okay, so between last time and now, I have been experimenting a bit with some craft. The last craft I made a silly one here called, where is the one that I made? Did I name it? Oh yeah, I did name it. Okay, I made a silly one called Catan, which goes on the philosophy of more boosters. As you can imagine, it's not the most brilliant thing in the world, so we're going to forget about that. Instead, I made a spacecraft that is simply named Jeff. As you can tell by the cost there, it runs fairly expensive, but it does have one very large thing going for it. On the bottom there, so how do you zoom out? Yeah, I don't know how to zoom out, whatever. On the bottom there are 9 of the biggest engines in the world, or certainly in the Kerbal world. Anyway, if we go up, you can see them there. They're connected by struts. That is meant to look like that for reasons that I'll get into in a bit. There's another engine, another large Kerbal engine under there, another one under there, a fairly smaller engine when we get higher up there, and then it's a 4-stage craft, as you can see on the side there. It's very ridiculous, and the fact that I can't zoom out is kind of appropriate given the ridiculous scale of the thing. And of course I had to call it Jeff, because this is I'm a Top Gear fanboy. The goal for Jeff is quite simple. Get around the moon. Just orbit the moon, or whatever, and we'll go from there. There you can see it in all its glory. We're going to launch it, because that's what you do when you have a big rocket full of boom. 3, 2, 1. first 5 months of Minecraft basically just dicking around in sandbox or in creative mode. Clearly not going to get anywhere. Let's just call this one a day. Wait for that one to come down, and that's the rest of the explosion to be heard over 5 kilometers away. Oh, thank you, Lil Bumble Bear, for favoriting my tweet. Cover that. Favoriting my tweet, telling me that I'm about to go live. You're not actually watching. I can tell that from my status display in the top left-hand corner there. Right, Jeff can work. This connector here looks like it shouldn't be there. It looks like it should be a different one, specifically that one there. The reason that I use that one is because in the past when I've used the Goliath strut connector, that one, yeah, no, it's OMD, so I'm not Goliath. I'm not thinking of that. It's not actually separated, so I've had that engine firing directly into that empty fuel tank, and that's kind of been a bit of a concern. So I'm just going to maintain that connector there for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do the rotate until I'm at least 35 kilometers up. Hopefully that will make the difference. Pardon my cough. Okay, so there we are. It's bouncing around in it, but that's not anything that size is going to do. Right, throttle up, RCS on, SCS on. close to the sun, because obviously it's the... I've been yakking on so long I've missed apoapsis, haven't I? Nope. Right. Find orbit. That is, I think, that's got to be moon, isn't it? Actually, never mind Earth orbit. Find Kerbal first. Form a turn. I'm going to run on the assumption that that thing there will get me into a stable orbit. I'm about to lose all momentum. You know what? I'm going to go for the horizon and just blast it. Blast the hell out of this orbit. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for the anus. My orbit is about to be cancelled. I am pretty much there at apoapsis. Have it! What is this doing? My orbit. Fuck all. That was a bad idea. Find the horizon and just fly towards that. Still got third stage. Can still use that if need be. Stabilize. 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 Good. Good. Horizon. There's our direction of travel over there. Still gaining altitude. Yeah, beneath that anus. There! That's quite a lot of it. That orbit should widen. Still very much short. But it is widening. Got my third stage ready and waiting to go. Bits of jet are still falling all over Kerbal. Okay. So I can get a stable orbit with the second stage without having to use up too much of my third. Of about 100,000 meters, then we cancel because that will be plenty enough for a stable orbit. There, that's good. We now have a reasonable stable orbit. Unfortunately, he's kind of polar. It's at the most wonky angle imaginable. So, that's okay, we'll complete 2 orbits, just to check that we are reasonably back to our ship view, we should have on our radar a new target. When do we get to this? No. Just under a minute. Okay, that's good. That's plenty of time. We will have a new target on our radar. There it is. That is the moon. Kind of pointing in the same direction as Kerbal. That's not a problem. Actually, that is the moon behind us, isn't it? I want to be flipping the other way. I thought that target looked a bit wrong. That is where we want to be pointing. Stabilize. This is going to use up virtually all of our third stage. That's okay. That's what it's there for. Power! If anything, we're deorbiting. How far come in face first, that would be a little awkward. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. So obviously moon isn't going to happen. Back into orbit, deselect moon as target. There's a massive fireball. Just know that I can constantly skip that fourth page. Sorry. Let's wait until about 500 meters before we deploy the parachute. Nobody likes spending time watching Kerbal descend safely after all. Right, so how long do we wait there? 5 in-game hours, okay. Back to the space centre. I'll leave them floating in their tin can for a while. I'm going to give another crew a crack at Jeff. Actually, first off, I'm just going to try. Oh, my the Saturn's Crew 2 has been paid for. Yay! I'm going to have a go at making it to Moon with Big Bertha rather than Jeff. Just for the sake of it, just for a laugh, let's see if this can actually do the trick. Stick that crew in. Who have we got here? We've got Valentina, Danica and Nidrid. Okay. I hope you guys were planning on having a quiet afternoon. 3, 2, 1, sorry, let's do this properly. 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, push! way. Didn't think it would be. Warp to apoapsis. Okay, we've passed the descending node. Yeah, that big version turns out to be a big bust. Okay. Let's unselect the moon as target. Head back to sea. Very useful in space. Can't see Jack. Okay, never mind. Back to the space centre, methinks. We are going to get to the moon. We are going to have to do it in Jeff. We have to figure out some way of repairing the insane explosions that happen whenever we release these massive rockets. It may be worth just dropping back to 7 rather than 9. Right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to call this Jet 2. Get rid of that. Get rid of these. And instead we're going to use, actually, also, I'm going to use the proper decoupler for this. Which is that one. I said, which is that one. And we are going to use the proper radial decouplers. These ones, snap angle, that. Put that on 2,000 meters. Oh, please do not mess up. Yes. More like it. Okay. So this is sort of stage 1.5. that looks good. Oh, wait a minute, am I looking at this upside down? Might be. I'm orbiting the wrong way, that's probably why. Going for the ascending node. big really quick, doesn't it? So long, CSM, or SM, whatever. Serve us well, but for now we direction of travel so that we can hit turbines atmosphere at the maximum possible speed. That can't possibly go wrong. Yeah, it's good. It's guys in the cockpit, guys and girls, this is gonna suck. That's their face coming off like Jeremy Clarkson when he drove that X60. Please tell me I can find somewhere exactly what the max G-force was. Well, actually, no, it's funny. I need to know what the G-forces were. I'm sure I'll get it in. Disappointing. Well, if I go to the Space Centre, I have a look for. I need to destroy all my all the things on the tracker as well. Anyway, Jet 2. There we are. Information. Splashdown at a flight time. They are the people there. I don't think I'm going to find out what the G-forces were. That means I'm just going to have to find out later how I do that and subject them to even more ridiculous G-forces. Let's recover all my guys and girls. Of course, I can't recover that because it's still in orbit. So I'm gonna have to rescue it somehow, someday maybe. They've been in orbit now for how long? 44 days, and their orbit is very stable, not going anywhere. Okay, that's on a suborbital trajectory, so we'll just terminate that. That's on escape trajectory out of Kerbal. Thought it might be. Going to enter periapsis around the sun at 10 billion meters, 86 days from now. This one, however, is escaping the sun. Apparently, though it seems to be in orbit. That is Kerbal, I thought it was. When are they going to get to Apoapsis there? 337 days. That does not appear to be escaping to me, but what do I know? There's no hope. It's all no hope. Where's Elu? 113 million kilometers away. In realistic terms, 113 million kilometers is about the distance. It's less than the distance between Earth and the Sun. Let's put it in perspective. And that's supposed to be the Kerbal analog of Pluto. Pluto in reality is about 6 billion kilometers away. But still, we play this for fun, not for scientific accuracy. What's his moho? It's a bit of the sun. I'm assuming that the sun's a red dwarf, but it just makes sense that way. Right, I'm going to have one more crack at guessing into lunar orbit. What I'm going to do instead, I'm going to separate that back into its own stage and use 6 to get into orbit, stage 1.5 is you're going to probably smash into it. But in so being, you're going to make history. So, panic you not. There's numerous amounts of awards named after you. Most of them, so you don't try and set home because to hit Kerbal as fast as possible and inflict ridiculous G-forces on the Kerbals. Yeah, your face is going to look even wider than that in a bit, believe me. We're not going to hit it quite as hard as we did last time, but we're still going to get 15 Gs out of it. That's the important thing. Skip ahead to 70,000. This is where the fun starts. I don't appear to have installed these lights. No biggie. Scientific curiosity, you gave your life to science, be proud. .9G, that's a bit more like it. Okay, that has been Jeff. I have been Nevergram, and I think I've wasted enough people's time tonight, so I shall call it a day here.